really kind of the last hurrah for Alejandro Hernandez. He's in a very familiar role tonight here in the city of Chicago, and that is the role of traveling underdog. But he did win the dress-up contest. He comes in on something of a roll. He's won 4 or 5 fights. That since his 16-month hiatus from the sport. This will be his 3rd shot at winning a championship, and tonight he feels that he is ready. He comes off a unanimous decision win, that is, over Daniel Rosas. That earned him tonight's shot. 15 years of professional. He's kind of had to learn on the job. Very short amateur career. They call him Payasito, the little clown. But tonight, little clown Steve is all business. Let's talk about the keys to victory for Hernandez.
Well, Barry, for Hernandez, he is the lighter puncher. He can't present a stationary target and invite exchanges. When he jabs, Hernandez brings his left back very low. That's an invitation for a counter right from Kameda. And Hernandez has a habit of rhythmically moving his hands up and down. He needs to keep them up.
Tomoki Kameda, he wants to be a superstar, and you can see he treats himself kind of like one right now. He has the dancing girls coming in front of him. He is bedecked in pink and green with yellow hair. Comes from a boxing family. He and his 2 brothers, Koki and Daiki, the only sibling trio in boxing history to hold world titles simultaneously. Tonight, it'll be Kameda's 3rd defense of the title he won back in August of 2013. Hernandez is no stranger to Kameda. The two did spar together, but it was several years ago. Tomoki, unlike his brothers, upped and moved himself to Mexico. Steve mentioned this earlier. At the age of 15, he did so to train at the Canelo Alvarez gym and get a different kind of training than he could get at home. He has trained for this fight in Miami. He's a guy who can box, he can punch, and in Hernandez, as we said earlier, he's getting a guy who's not going to have to look for it. So Steve, talk about the keys to victory for Tomoki Kameda.
Barry, for Kameda, his jab is fast and snappy. He needs to step in with it and not jab from too far away. We saw last time out the damage Kameda can do with his hook downstairs. Use it. And also, Kameda's outstanding hand speed, best utilized when he puts his punches together. Look for combinations.
Very interesting guy. Tomoki Kameda trying to make some noise here in the United States. For the introduction of the fighters in this WBO Bantamweight Championship, we go once more to the center of the ring and the ring announcer, Thomas Treiber. Thomas?
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, Illinois, with 12 rounds of boxing, and it will be for the WBO Bantamweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Warriors Boxing in association with All-Star Boxing, Producciones Deportivas, Box Promotions, and Showtime, along with their great sponsor, Ficrea Servicios Financieros. Sanctioned by the Illinois State Athletic Unit, along with the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Valcarcel. Supervisor tonight, John Duggan. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Bill Lurch, Dennis Nelson, and Michael Pernick. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, will be Gino Rodriguez. Introducing to you first the challenger fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing red with gold and black and weighed in at 118 pounds. Coming to us from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. He brings a professional record consisting of 28 wins, 10 defeats, 2 draws, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alejandro El Payasito Hernandez. And his opponent across the ring, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing white with pink and weighed in at 117.5 pounds. Fighting out of Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico, by way of Tokyo, Japan. He is undefeated with 30 wins. 19 of his wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBO Bantamweight Champion of the World, Tomoki El Mexicanito Kameda.
Okay, guys, ven para acá. Venga. Campeón. Kameda. Trae Kameda para acá. Dale para acá. Ok, caballeros, recibieron sus instrucciones en candidato. Obedezcan mis instrucciones todo el tiempo. Protéjanse todo el tiempo y suelta a los dos.
Kameda younger, faster, taller, and longer. And if Hernandez wants to give himself even a chance to win, he's going to have to be the aggressor and throw a ton of punches in this tiny ring. The rules, the unified rules, no standing eight, no 3 knockdown rule, only the ref can stop the fight. The fighter can't be saved by the bell in any round, and the fight becomes official after 4 rounds are complete, Barry.
All right, with that, we are set to go. This for the WBO Bantamweight Championship, but even more importantly, I think for Kameda, a chance to really shine here in the United States. He was planning on moving from Mexico to Las Vegas, and he says, I want to be a superstar here in the United States. Not just a star, mind you, but a superstar. And he's got the goods.
And I think he's got the clothing to fit in Las Vegas as well. I don't know who invented color television, but they had Tomoki Kameda in mind.
Absolutely. You have a pair of shorts like that, right?
I do.
So far, he's put on a good show at the beginning. The entrances, I like it.
His brother was on the card earlier tonight and showed some great hand speed and a lot of talent in an easy win. You see Tomoki can pick up where he left off.
Yeah, one thing I just saw Kameda jabbing from too far away. He has a habit of doing that. It's very dangerous because if his opponent steps in with the right hand, he can be clocked.
Still doing it.
Yeah, he's got to trust his instincts a little more when he gets close.
On the other hand, Hernandez is pretty much a stationary target right now. Now he tries to jab his way in.
Very tight defense by Hernandez, keeping his gloves up. Both of them shots are landing on Hernandez's gloves. He's a rugged veteran. I mean, this guy's the type of guy that made him. He's gotten better from his losses.
And when I see that high guard of Hernandez, it reminds me of Kameda's last fight when he took out Singhu with a left hook to the body. That body, that right side of Hernandez's body is open for that left hook.
He's got very quick hands too. You saw him crank that left hook. It came quickly.
Yeah, he's got an electrifying jab. I mean, he knows how to work it up and down. He's very relaxed in there. He's poised. He's taking his time.
Well, he said he went to Mexico to try to learn the Mexican style of fighting. He doesn't really fight so much like a Mexican fighter, though. But
no, I think he's more like a long-range fighter, and he uses his speed, fights from the outside. But like I said, when he hurts you, he goes in for the kill.
yeah, good finisher. He's a big personality. He's got all the makings.
I never remember a Japanese fighter becoming a real star in the West, but with TV exposure, if you can fight a higher quality of opposition, you can do it.
And he's got a style that should be pleasing. Busy fighter. Got a very quick smile. Effective.
どないや距離感あれやったらあれやからバタンやからもう一個取れる気持ちでいけよ
He and himself.
No pierdas la concentración, no pierdas la concentración, bien concentrado por favor. Vamos, suéltate mismo. Ahora si quieres no te llamas, recta a tu izquierda, pero hacia adelante, con tu mano aquí, ¿sí? Y trabájame las fintas. Bien, hermano, aquí tiene un cabezazo que... Vivo, bien vivo, canalista, tranquilo. ¿Sí? Cuando lo tengas listo.
So it comes to round 2. Hernandez just wants to be a little bit busier than he was. He allowed Kameda to just take that first round.
Combination to look for from Kameda. Right hand on top to bring Hernandez's gloves up and step to the left and dig that left hook into the body.
As you said, he stopped his last opponent with a body shot. There was a left hand to the body.
His last opponent, the Italian guy, Signori, knocked out with the crippling left hook to the body. The whole fight he was boxing from the outside. Most of the fight was done from the outside, and all of a sudden he just landed that hook and stopped it. Here, he's trying to make a statement. This is his second fight in the U.S., and it seems like he's coming a lot more forward, Steve, than he was in the fight against the Italian fight.
More in the pocket, and part of that is the size of the ring as well. Because remember, this is a barely 16-foot ring. Tiny.
Yeah, this is as small a ring as I can remember. Hernandez who backed Kameda off. Hernandez just a little short of the right uppercut, going to the left uppercut, missed that one. Took a left hand from Kameda.
Judging by this round, Kameda does come forward as he's doing now. He very quickly moves Hernandez to the ropes.
Also a real danger of the clash heads here, the way Kameda does come in when he comes in. Hernandez, Kameda's not going to be able to give him anything that Hernandez has not seen.
Yeah, there's a guy that's been able to do Santa Cruz, and he's never been down Hernandez in how many, 40 fights.
Hernandez has no business fighting from the outside. He needs to get him down in the trenches. Kameda's just too elusive for him, too fast. He's not going to beat him that way from the outside. He needs to find a way to get in. You see, Kameda is trying to make him lunge. That's trying to make him lunge. I saw Hernandez lunge a couple of times with his lead right.
Counter right hand from Kameda there as Hernandez did step in. That was a good right hand. Kameda very quick-handed. Again, an effective round, I think, for Tomoki Kameda.
Cuando él ataca y no te puede hacer nada,
When he
se
attacks
frustra,
and he can't do anything, he
ya
gets
no sabe qué
frustrated.
hacer.
He doesn't know what
Entonces
to
ahí
do.
entramos nosotros.
So
¿Cómo
then that's
entramos?
when we go in.
Lo vienes
How do we go in?
pintando, pero
By moving
atacando,
forward,
carnal.
give him some weight,
Vamos a
waist
atacar con
movement.
inteligencia. Cuando
We're
él
gonna
no te
work with
hace nada,
intelligence.
se frustra, se queda parado,
But don't
está
stay standing
pensando,
up.
pero no hay que dejarlo pensar.
He's thinking, but don't let him think.
Sí. Nada más que no quiero que te me salgas para atrás.
Don't
A los
go
lados.
back.
Estuvo muy bien lo que hiciste ahí. No quiso
Stay in
nada.
the pocket. You
Esa
see
es
when
la
he's in the
clave,
pocket,
esa
he
es
didn't do
la
nothing.
táctica. Entonces,
That's the key.
vaya, entra loco, no te
gets a
da,
little bit
se
wild.
desespera,
He
entramos
gets a
con la
little bit
velocidad.
wild. And he gets desperate,
Hermano,
then you go inside.
quiero golpe al cuerpo,
I mean,
hermano.
he needs to stay in the pocket. There's no, I mean, like I said, he can't fight from the outside.
This is round 3. Scheduled for 12 rounds, of course, because this is a title shot.
Round two, Hernandez punched Kameda, but Kameda landed Hernandez landed at a very low percentage so far, only 14%.
Kameda stepping in a little closer here, really fighting Hernandez's fight.
Yeah, he is. I think Kameda needs to back up a little bit. Just set traps for Hernandez. Try to land the right upper, then the left hook to the body. Turn him, once he lands that right uppercut, give him a little angle and try to land with that left hook, which he's open for, like Steve said.
I'd like to see a little more sense of urgency from Hernandez. This is his third try at a world title. He fought at 112, didn't win it. Fought at 115, fought to a draw. Even with all the titles you have to choose from these days, getting 3 or 4 title fights is not that easy. No, it's not. But you don't win one, so this might be his last shot.
Good shot to the body there by Kameda. That's the big
Kameda's doing Hernandez a favor by attacking in that kind of way. He's doing him a favor by closing the gap that Hernandez should be trying to close. But he's real patient. He's just sitting outside from the pocket. They wanted him to be patient in the corner, but I think he's overdoing it. I mean, you got to stay in the pocket, give him a little face, give some move, and move forward. There was an elbow. And he's backing up straight again, Hernandez. They don't want him doing that in the corner. So straight, chin up. There he puts his hands up.
And once again, what we just saw there, Raul, a couple of steps from Hernandez going backward, and he's going to roll. That's the ring is so small.
He's just allowing Kameda to work it, and he's not going to win any rounds that way.
I mean, he's an experienced fighter. He might have a game plan. I mean, only the third round, 12-round fight. Sooner or later, he's going to have to speed up the tempo, get that rhythm, punching combinations, because single shots, you're not going to catch a guy that's elusive, and the way he moves in and out, he's fast and makes a miss like Kameda is. They keep telling him he doesn't know what to do anymore. No, he does know what to do. Kameda's doing the right.
Kameda very quick-handed, so very rarely throws just a single punch. Well, a reminder, back-to-back nights of boxing coming your way in December on Showtime.
It's showtime!
December 12th, the American Dream heiress Landy Lara returns to take on former light middleweight champ Ishe Smith. Lara versus Smith, Friday, December 12th at 10:15 p.m. Only on Showtime and Showtime Anytime. Showtime Championship Boxing returns with an electrifying triple header, headlined by Amir Khan versus Devon Alexander, plus Keith Thurman and Demetrius Andrade. Khan versus Alexander, Saturday, December 13th, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on Showtime and Showtime Anytime.
Back-to-back nights of boxing on Showtime December the 12th, the 13th.
A little Christmas present, a little holiday present for everybody. Good cards. Ishe Smith, one of the Showbox favorites, will challenge Landy Lara. Lara's first fight since that close decision loss, a controversial decision loss to Canelo.
Be in San Antonio, big fight town.
We'll be doing that, and then the next night, can't wait for those fights. Amir Khan, Devon Alexander is a very critical fight at 147. Return of Thurman, can't wait to see him again.
This is the 4th round. Kameda and Hernandez. And again, Kameda starts out in close quarters and gets there with a couple of shots. Now they're just head-to-head, and this is by Kameda's choice. I would think this is where Hernandez wants to fight, but Kameda's getting the better of him.
That's Hernandez's fight, but you're right. He's not busy enough. I don't know if he doesn't want to take any risks. Look, there he is. He's covering up very well. Frame defense. Nothing's getting in, really. Kameda needs to look for openings, too. He needs to throw uppercuts down the middle and open up that guard.
And you see the power punches thrown. Hernandez, interestingly, with a 34 punch advantage, but look at the percentage, 17% compared to almost 50% for Kameda. That's why Kameda's winning the fight.
Good body shots from Kameda. He did take a left hand from Hernandez. Another one right there.
We've all talked about Kameda's hand speed and foot speed. That hand speed enables him to throw 3-4 punches at a time. Generally speaking, Hernandez answers with only one.
Yeah, and that itself is almost enough to win the fight.
I'm still giving Hernandez the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll step it up after round 6, but I'll tell you what, if he doesn't step it up, he's just going to settle for that. I mean, maybe he's just happy to go for a round with Kameda. We'll be able to tell after the 6th, 7th round if he doesn't pick up the pace. Because he's just covering up. He throws single shots.
Showing a pretty good chin. Neither man's been hurt in this fight.
Hernandez switched to southpaw briefly earlier in the round. He does that on occasion.
We asked him if he was going to do that in this fight. He said, I don't know.
Right.
Didn't tell us if he was going to work.
Nice little angle there. Lead by Kameda, gave him an angle, came back, but he missed. He needs to do more of that. That's the way you're going to set traps for the Mexican fighter, Hernandez.
Just missed from Kameda. Hernandez just continuing to pick the punches of Kameda. There's a calling the gloves. But again, just a case of Kameda just doing more.
Doing more and mostly on backing Hernandez up.
Vamos, muy agachado.
De ahí para arriba, muy buen round. 仕事をしてくるからなあどうやらそうなバック前にする前にその方がプッシュサイクル見えるけなあワンツーってバックでいいねんからどうぶりやわ分かってろ
Yeah, here's some Spanish in there to say, how do you feel? One of the trainers talks in Japanese, the other talks in Spanish.
Es campeonato del mundo, carnal.
¿Cómo
siente la pegada de él?
How do you feel his power?
Entonces, vamos a atacar un poquito con inteligencia. Este round fue de él, güey.
This round was his.
Entonces vamos a ganar, ¿oíste?
But listen, we're gonna go win.
Good advice. Round 5. Hernandez again in close quarters, and again, this is by Kameda's choice. And even in close quarters, it's Kameda that's getting the best of it. Good body shot from Kameda, and 3 shots to the head.
With a swelling under the left eye of Kameda.
Good right hand from Kameda in close quarters. Now you would think this is the fight that Hernandez wants.
Not taking advantage of it. Kameda might just be too strong for him, on top of being too fast.
He has a very quick, sharp jab.
Kameda sets up a little too far away. He's content to stop his forward movement when he sets up. And he's too far away to reach his opponent. So if he doesn't step in with the jab, he's not going to land it.
He keeps touching him there with the jab, but they're not solid jabs. I think Kameda should try to change the style of the plan of this fight. The first 5 rounds so far he's been attacking. Why don't he change it up and let set traps for him and let Hernandez come forward? You know, bait him in, run. You know, stay away from him, try to catch him coming in.
Although he's winning every round.
Yeah, he's winning that way, but
Maybe get knocked out your way.
exactly. Yeah, he's got to look for the knockout. He wants to win impressive. This guy's hungry to be a big star in the U.S. and the knockout that goes a long way.
It does go a long way. I think that's got to be in the back of his mind.
But it makes it difficult because if Hernandez just goes into survival mode, and when the guy goes into survival mode, he's trying to just be there as a puncher back. It makes it a lot harder Barry, to get him out of this.
Yeah, as you said, he's taking the fight to Hernandez. We thought it was going the other way.
Well, it's a serious challenge for Kameda to score a knockout because, again, Hernandez 40 fights, never down. Stopped only once. But Leo Santa Cruz in a fight where Hernandez said he hurt his right elbow. So this is a tough guy.
10 seconds remaining here in round 5. And it's more of the same. Tomoki Kameda. Earlier tonight, we had an opportunity to see middleweight contender Caleb Truex take another step toward a hoped-for title shot. He defeated Scott Sigmund, who was outmanned. Came in here with a 24-5 record, but this one was really never in doubt. Truex just had one of those do what you have to do to win kind of fights, and he wound up with an 8th-round stoppage over the overmatched Sigmund. So Truex moves on in the middleweight division, runs his record to 26, 1-2, and remember the name he'll be heard from. A lot of guys on this card trying to make a name for themselves tonight. Looking at one right here in Tomoki Kameda.
I don't know if we've already mentioned it, but the Kameda brothers, Daiki, Tomoki, and Koki, the only trio of brothers in boxing history to all have won a version of a world title. And for 4 months, a couple years back, they held those titles simultaneously. Pretty amazing.
That is amazing. Koki was on this card earlier tonight, was very impressive in a win, but also over an overmatched opponent.
In Japan, Tomoki Kameda was basically Elvis, Michael Jackson, and the Beatles rolled into one. That's how big a star he was. Now, Tomoki, of course, is not because he came to Mexico when he was 15. See the total number of power punches per round. This is why it's been an easy fight to score. This is a running total. Kameda with an advantage, a fairly significant advantage in every round. That's why I have the fight 5-0. Rounds 50-45.
That's right. As well. It's pretty hard to see it any other way, I would think.
Totally agree.
And Hernandez, you know, you might be looking at a guy who's good enough to get to a title fight, just not good enough to win.
That's been the case, and you're seeing it again here.
And he's a good test for Kameda. If Kameda could get him out of there, knock him out, and fashion away in a big way, it's a huge statement. But so far, I think this rugged veteran knows what to do to survive. They keep telling him in the corner, it's time to let your punches go. You don't see no sign of that.
Yeah, let's see if Hernandez can do anything from the southpaw stance. He switched again this round.
Kameda crowding him, and as we said earlier, I mean, that's really the fight that we expected from Hernandez. There's a lunging left hand from Hernandez that did get there. Kameda right on top of him once again.
Take a little step back. I mean, he's got longer arms. He needs to make room. Like there's too much on top of him. He's crowding himself. Just back up a little bit back. Take a step back. Throw that right uppercut. Catch him coming in.
I think Hernandez might have actually gotten the better of that exchange.
He's smothering his punches. Kameda. He's not getting the best power off of it by doing that.
You're right, Raul, and it's ironic because when he's outside, he's too far away. And when he's on the inside, he's too close.
Okay, so back up a little bit. Fade him with the double, touch him with the jab, and then catch him coming in.
And it's just more of same for Kameda. We are at the University of Illinois, Chicago, here in the city of Chicago. It was actually cold and windy. They had 21-foot waves on Lake Michigan last night. I'm Barry Tompkins, along with my partner Steve Farhood and El Diamante, Raul Marquez, and we're midway through this championship fight, Steve.
The halfway mark. Jabs not much of a factor. Hernandez only 13%. When he jabs, it seems like he's doing it more of a defensive move than an offensive move. But the key, the power percentage is 48% for Kameda, only 16% for Hernandez. And he's not a big enough puncher to take advantage of landing 16% of his power shots.
Okay, we see Kameda. I mean, Kameda needs to find a way to get this guy out of there. He's controlling the whole fight. He needs to change up his style a little bit. For Hernandez, he needs to get in the pocket, close the pocket, let his punches go. He hasn't let his punches go. He's got to let them go.
All right, we'll see if he can give us anything different here as we move along to round 7. It has been a dominant performance thus far for Tomoki Kameda, even though neither man in this fight has been hurt. There have been no knockdowns. Every round has looked pretty much the same as the one prior. And again, Kameda starts out in very close quarters. He started the last 3 rounds this way. He's throwing punches in there, but Kameda throws everything in combination.
Kameda seems to turn his body, his hips more on the inside when he punches than Hernandez does. Hernandez kind of arm punches.
Kameda tried to work the body here. That was his key to success his last time out.
We're in the second half of the fight, guys. If Hernandez doesn't turn it up right now, he's not going to have a chance to win.
Steve, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it probably would have happened already if it was going to happen, right?
I mean, they try to motivate him. You got good motivators in the corner. They're telling him the right things to do. But this guy doesn't want to take any risks. I think he's going to settle for going to decision, which he has.
I think he's trying a little bit more in this round, but again, the best shots are being thrown by Kameda. Even when Hernandez does throw combinations, Kameda's punches are better.
Yeah, how do you land? Hernandez lands 3 or 4 good shots, like you said, Barry, but then he backs up.
Kameda, as you mentioned, moved to Mexico at age 15. Fluent, of course, in Japanese, also fluent in Spanish. Learning to speak English now, has a few words in English.
Speaks very well Spanish, Kameda. That should go a long way in the boxing world. Yeah, very marketable guy, but he wants to be a big star. I think a knockout will be great for him. Not putting him down, he's doing everything he can to win. He's winning the fight, he's dominating the fight.
Yeah, the idea he's looking for. Now it took a left hand from Hernandez there.
And it's just more experience. It takes experience, and we know that the fighters that are ready to make the changes during the fight. I keep saying he's got to back up and let him come in, set traps, bait him in.
Well, still to come, our main event. You get a look right now at Andrew Fafara. He is the local favorite, of course, and he will have everybody in his building rooting for him. Came from Warsaw, Poland, just outside Warsaw, Poland. And a huge Polish population here. Not so for Dudu and Gundu. He made his way to France from the Republic of Congo at the age of 15 years. Came there really to play football. Didn't think about boxing. Finally started boxing at 18. This is the second time he's been in the United States. He was at the wild card gym with Freddie Roach for a short period of time. But to say that he's excited about this opportunity is to make an understatement.
very excited. He's been around the world, and this is his big chance. He watches Showtime. He watches Homeland.
That's right. And we promised him a part in Homeland if he wins.
Yeah, I did, which is probably going to cost me my job if he wins, but that's all right. I'll tell him I was just kidding. Guys, 74 punches thrown by Hernandez in round 7, the most in the fight. Only landed 15, but it was a close round in terms of connect, 17 to 15 for Kameda. Closest yet.
Yeah, you can tell Hernandez is trying to get on the gas here, but has not figured out the mystery in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, all Hernandez has shown to me is he's a young veteran that has been in tough situations because of the high caliber fighters that he fought. And the rounds have given him experience, and they're quality rounds for him, and that's why he hasn't been knocked out yet by Kameda.
Been a pro for a long time. Turned pro at 15 years of age.
They both turned pro young, 15 and 16 for Kameda.
Kameda's nickname is Mexicanito.
El Mexicanito, let me get the pronunciation.
I should let Raul handle it.
El Mexicanito, yes. Which Hernandez didn't like, but he feels like he's trying to win over the Mexican fans. I don't blame him. Hernandez is a payasito. Little clown.
And you see that in round 7, it was the closest yet in terms of connects. Still around, I gave Kameda having a shutout, and he has a slight edge in the running total here in round 8.
They're going 12. This is for the WBO Bantamweight Championship of the world. And this fight has been pretty much one note ever since the opening bell.
This round, Kameda using the ring a little bit, moving around. Hernandez a little more aggressive.
See, I like to see Kameda like that on his toes. On his toes, long jab. Bait him in. Come on. 3 good jabs by Mocha here. Yeah, that's it. That's good movement. Good lateral movement. Snap that jab.
What he's showing, Raul, I think, is that he can win these rounds any way he chooses, whatever method he uses. Box, punch, aggressive, not aggressive.
Yeah, winning this one completely with the jab. And maybe starting to frustrate Hernandez a little bit.
It's got Hernandez coming forward a little bit.
And mugging.
Get up, get up.
But if he's going to move around the ring and then hold when Hernandez gets close, I'd rather see him be the aggressor.
Hernandez just doesn't have an answer, no matter what Kameda does.
Ahora, sí, ya sintió, pero no quiero que te avientes. Igual como quedamos, él empieza a correr de aquí, de acá, pero no te vayas de frente.
But don't move just straight forward. Be smart,
Bien vivo, mi Alex.
Be very smart in there, Alex.
¿Cómo estás, Alex?
How do you feel, Alex?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué round viene?
What round is this?
Sí, a toda madre, eso es lo que yo quería, carnalito, que te soltaran.
That's what I want you to do. Let your punches go.
Son los rounds de la pelea de campeonato, ¿eh?
These are the championship rounds coming up. There's
¿Qué
not
me dijiste
tomorrow.
ahorita? ¿Qué acabo de decir? ¿Qué dijiste? Voy a ganar. ¿Cómo va a ganar, güey? A huevo, cabrón. Entonces vamos a presionarlo, pero con inteligencia. No quiere nada, pero no quiero que te avientes. Bien cerradito. Y como le hiciste al final, no lo persiga. Que él venga. 4 rounds de campeonato, Alex.
Rounds, championship rounds, he's saying.
Well, they are that. Let's see if he can figure out some way to get inside of Kameda.
8 rounds, Kameda landed 47% of his power shots.
Hernandez did slip in an uppercut just a moment ago. Kameda waving his hand, he wants Hernandez to come in. Hernandez again got the ring uppercut, not a huge punch, but
More activity there by Hernandez.
Look it up.
There's a cut.
Yeah, they said in Hernandez corner you cut him already. On
Left eye, I believe, of
Kameda. Yes.
Yeah, there was some slowing there earlier in the fight. Now a single line of blood, and he is blinking, so it's clearly bothering him.
And that eye is closing quickly, too.
He's never been cut, Kameda. Never cut in 30 pro fights.
Let's see how that affects this young guy. He's young. You've never been cut. Skin in your eye. Let's see how he takes that. Some guys, you know, they get cut by a small little cut, they get lost. They don't know what to do. They lose concentration.
Well, his activity has slowed for sure.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, that eye is not good, but it'll take a knockout by Hernandez, and Hernandez jumps him and does get there with a couple of shots. Hernandez, pardon the expression, smelling blood.
This might be Hernandez's first round that he wins.
Hernandez now barking at Kameda to come.
So this is no time for Hernandez to raise his gloves and play defense. He's got to attack. Forget counterpunching. He's got to push Kameda back and attack.
Kameda with about 8 punches there, none of them got there. Hernandez reminds him of that. Around it so far is Hernandez.
I think Kameda might have gotten hurt. Some of his legs shake a little bit. I'm not sure.
Kameda's partner is Miri Fernandez, the trainer that he works with as well in Mexico.
I think his eye is closing up too.
It is. Yeah, they got some work to do. All right, but now it's up to Hernandez to take it. That's part of the entourage of Kameda. You can see that cut right in the lid. Here's the kind of cut where blood would get high.
It's not a bad cut, but just the area that it's in, it's going to drip in your eye. Blind you a little bit. Gotta stop that blood.
Well, as Raul and Barry both mentioned, the best round of the fight for Hernandez. Watch as he lands a right hand here. You'll see Kameda, who's already cut, wiping the blood. I mean, that's telling your opponent, I'm troubled by this. And I'm not saying he can help but doing it, but...
And Hernandez should take advantage of that.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't talk, don't pose.
Only 33 punches thrown by Kameda in round 9. Low for the fight.
I think Hernandez is going to have to get him out of there to win the fight.
And you would hope the corner would know that, Barry, because you're 100% right. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And I see Hernandez still in a somewhat defensive posture here.
Yeah.
Right now, this is all about Kameda. Raul made a good point. He's a young fighter. He's only 23 years old. Never been cut before. How does he respond?
I think it's bothering him. He's bothering him. Now, what happens if Hernandez had more power and was more determined to put that pressure on him? You know, type of fighter that's going to be in your face. That's just, you know, that's things that he's going to learn. Kameda's going to have to learn for the future.
And Hernandez likes switching to southpaw. It might be a good time to do that because he can stick that jab on the left side of Kameda's face and make that cut worse.
Still a lot more posing and punching by Hernandez.
These lulls in the action, they're all for Kameda right now. He's very happy to.
really slowed down in this round. He had a real good momentum going. Just to open up that cut again, make him bleed. You know, hey, get a little bit dirty in there.
Kameda's punch output way down. 23-year-old legs come in handy.
Yeah, hustle.
Kameda's in a situation where he can afford to give rounds away. That's not going to win the fight for him.
Fairly close round.
Well, tomorrow night, a new episode of the 6-time Emmy Award-winning Showtime original series, Homeland.
And what does this mean Saul never got on the plane?
There's no safe way to get you out of here.
We are eyes on 3 vehicles.
There wouldn't be an operation if it weren't for me. So don't treat me like I'm the enemy. Arm.
Marking target.
What the fuck?
Take the shot, goddammit!
Where are your brains?
Homeland, tomorrow at 9, only on Showtime and Showtime Anytime.
And there are some fans carrying the Polska banner here, waiting for their man. Andrew Fonfara, he will be in our main event. They're on hand. We got another 6 minutes of boxing here, and we'll see if Hernandez can take advantage of the cut over the left eye of Tomoki Kameda. Kameda comes out ringing. And winning rounds, as we said, is not going to be enough for Hernandez. He's going to have to go out there and get it.
Also have to question, does Hernandez have the power to hurt Kameda? I know he's not working enough, he's not busy enough. Hernandez is not particularly fast with his hands. Certainly not as fast as Kameda. So Kameda's going to see almost everything that comes.
Yeah, that's really been the biggest difference in the fight. That's good.
Looks to me like that left eye of Kameda is still open. Swollen but open.
Oh, he's a lot busier in this round than the last round.
Certainly been an easy fight for the referees, you know, Rodriguez. Nice combination there by Hernandez, but at no point do you get the idea that Kameda's in any danger.
No, that's the thing. You know, sometimes you just have to say, one guy's just better than the other guy. I think that's the case here. I mean, you have a feeling if they fought 30 rounds that Kameda would win 28 of them.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I still think if Hernandez, at times he would get this little momentum going and catch him with 3-4 punch combination, but he doesn't step up with the jab and push him back. You know, do another 3 or 4 punch combination and keep that momentum going. It's like he stops in his tracks. You know, he feels Kameda's power, he's too fast. Only he knows, but he just waited. He's been waiting the whole fight.
Goes left-handed again here.
Right, look it up, look it up.
Good idea, but only if he jabs a lot, because that eye is the first thing he's going to hit if he jabs.
Coming to the end of the 11th round. Once again, hard to make a case here. for Alejandro Hernandez.
Jala aire, hermano, jala aire. Ya no quiere nada. Espérenme, déjenme hablar. Ale, son 3 minutos, carnal. De campeonato del mundo, güey. Jala aire, espérate bien. Sí. Espero que vaya.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Hay que ganar ese, Tomoki. ¡Claro!
No me trago.
Usted quiere ser campeón del mundo, carnal. Quiere asegurar el futuro de su familia.
Has had to overcome a cut, swelling, first time in his career.
Yeah, a change in the momentum of the fight for sure. Just not a change that Hernandez was able to take advantage of to the degree that he needed to.
So the 12th and final round here, and clearly Hernandez is going to have to knock his man out if he is going to take this championship. And you saw Kameda back off there. He backed off like he might have been hurt.
Yeah, he stopped him in his tracks. Hit him again. He's landing with that left hook.
Kameda holding on a little bit. One of the first times I've seen him do that in this fight.
And he caused his own problem by coming out like he wanted to score a knockout here in the 12th. It's as if he's saying, yeah, I do that, but I'm letting it all go. He keeps looking down. That's the second time he's looked down at his feet.
Yeah, again, he backed off very quickly.
Now, why didn't Hernandez do this maybe at least 5 rounds back? I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. You're right, Raul. You're 100% right.
It's working. Picked up the activity rate. He's coming forward. It looks like he wants to win. Maybe we need a 15-round fight. I don't know.
Well, clearly both guys came in here ready to go 12 rounds. Still some gas in the tank, I believe, for both men.
Barry, I would say this has not been an eye-opening performance for Kameda, but largely because his eye was closed. It changed his approach to the fight for sure.
Yeah, I think it did. Still, I think you have to sit back and say, does this fall in the category of impressive performance? And I'm not sure you can say that.
No, but he's fighting a guy who's never been down, never been stopped only once because of an injury. Got to take that into consideration.
They're great, dude. I mean, this is a great learning experience for Kameda. I learned a lot from this fight. I mean, he got tested in this round. Got cut for the first time. That was bothering him a little bit. He got stabbed a couple of times.
Right back on him. Running out of time now, though, as we head down to 30 seconds remaining here in the final round.
His eye is pretty much shut now.
Final 10 seconds of the fight. There will be no knockdown in this fight. And Kameda will retain his championship. And he had to suck it up at the end.
Hernandez thinks he won. I don't know how that happened. Playing to the crowd.
Well, we've seen decisions be stolen like that, but I don't think we're going to see it this time. And there's the entourage of Tomoki Kameda. Dressed up for the Day of the Dead, big holiday in Mexico, right, Raul?
Yeah, Day of the Dead. Actually, yesterday was Halloween. Believe it or not, and my parents got married 44 years ago on Halloween Day. Wow. And then the next day was Day of the Dead for their honeymoon. You believe that? But they didn't. I mean, back then it was Day of the Dead, but Halloween wasn't celebrated back then. I had to throw that in, guys.
You see the eye, yeah.
Yes.
He had to overcome something. It's a pretty nasty cut. The eye is swollen shut.
And we take a look at the top 10 bantamweights. I'm not going to raise Kameda's stock after that. It was a win. A win when you're a champion is all that matters. Interesting that his brother, one spot below on my ratings, fought and was very impressive in scoring a stoppage against a much weaker opponent on the undercard here. But again, Kameda has done his part. He'll have to let that eye heal a little bit if Jimmy McDonald wins his next fight in a couple weeks. Number 4, maybe fight number 6 in a unification fight in early 2015. That's a fight I'd love to see.
Yeah, I would say they'd have to push it back just a little bit, though. Talking about that fight early in 2015. All right, let's take it to Thomas Triber now. We will make all of this official with the official decision. Thomas?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a split decision. Judge Dennis Nelson scores it 115 to 113 in favor of Hernandez. Judge Michael Pernick scores it 115 to 113 in favor of Kameda. And Judge Bill Lurch scores it 115 to 113 in favor of your winner, and still WBO Bantamweight Champion of the World, Tomoki El Mexicanito Kameda.
So there is your winner, Tomoki Kameda, and all 3 judges had that fight a lot closer, Raul, than the 3 of us at this table.
Yeah, I just gave Hernandez maybe 2 rounds at the most on my scorecard. I think he did. Kameda dominated the fight. He did enough to win unanimously in my part.
I agree 100%. I mean, a couple of rounds maybe for Hernandez, and that's it. He wasn't busy enough. He landed a low percentage of his power shots, and at times Kameda didn't do a lot himself, but landed a lot more punches for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very surprising. Oftentimes you can sit back and make a case, but even looking at these numbers, it makes no case.
Yeah, the number of power shots and the number of total punches landed much higher for Kameda, and Hernandez, 22% of his power shots. I really don't understand what the judges saw, and those are a couple of Michael Pernick, one of the most respected judges in all of boxing. I'm very surprised at the closeness of the scores.
Yeah, I am too, and Raul, every now and then, judges see a fight in a very different way than we do. We're all sitting ringside, and there are the 3 judges, and you can't criticize the judges. They all saw it the same way, and we all saw it very different.
I mean, you know, the judges are in a different position than from where we are, so they see it at a different angle, but come on, guys. I mean, I think you could see this fight from any angle, and the guy was, you know, there's no way that Hernandez got all them rounds.
And just to give you an idea of the experience of these judges, Bill Lurch, who's a local judge, 32 years of judging. Denny Nelson, 42 years of judging from Minnesota, and Michael Pernick from Florida, 22 years of judging. So these are veteran officials who saw this fight very close.
I learned one thing tonight: never say you need a knockout to win the fight. And I should have learned that years ago. But nonetheless, the guy that everybody thought was going to win the fight, and we thought won the fight lopsided, won the fight. Tomoki Kameda will move on, and very likely will have a title shot in his near future. Our main event is coming up next. Andre Polpara, originally from Poland, facing Dudu Ngumbu in front of what's expected to be a very pro-Polish crowd. But first,